Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Little Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to talk about The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is book 1 in the Diviners series. This was my patron pick for October, I believe it was. It was perfect for October. Picked by Stephanie, and thank you, Stephanie, because I absolutely loved this book. This is YA, this is fantasy, historical fiction, paranormal, with a little bit of mystery and horror mixed in. There's a lot mixed in here, a lot going on, but I loved it all. And I'll talk about all of that in just a minute. But let's get to spoiler-free summary. Something dark and evil has awakened. Evie O'Neill has been exiled from her boring old hometown in Ohio and shipped to live with her eccentric uncle in New York City. It's 1926, and New York is filled with speakeasies and Ziegfeld girls and rakish pickpockets. Evie has a dark secret that she works hard to keep hidden from her new city lifestyle. Until, that is, she thinks that her secret can help catch a serial killer. Let's jump right to my review because I love this book so much and I'm so excited to talk about it. So this was such a spooky and engaging story. I loved how our characters embodied the 1920s perfectly. Our atmosphere and our setting felt very 1920s-esque, and I loved how our atmosphere changed appropriately with the setting and the story. You don't always get that, especially in YA. Speaking of YA, our writing style was engaging and entertaining, and it didn't feel like a typical YA novel. I would not have categorized this as YA. It might be only categorized as YA because our main characters are younger than adults. They're, YA age-ish, but it didn't feel like a typical YA book to me. It felt well thought out and written with love and passion. Our plot was definitely fast-moving, but always engaging, and I did not see those twists and turns coming, and it never felt like it was going too fast. It was fast-moving, but not too fast. The intrigue was always there for me. I was always interested throughout this whole book. I wanted to keep reading. I did not want to stop. Logic in relationships, in the real world, a lot of these things wouldn't necessarily make logical sense. However, Bray took them and made sense for them in her own world, and I loved how she did that. Enjoyment, I absolutely need to read book 2. I don't know when I'll get to it, but this is one series that I am going to be conscious about carrying on because I enjoyed reading this so much. I have to find out what happens next. Felt like it was wrapped up perfectly. Our story in book 1 wrapped itself up, but it also left more for future books, and I love it when a book does it. It wraps itself up in its own story, but it also leaves more for advancing the plot throughout the whole series. There's room for advancement. And then we have our audiobook. So I did an immersion read with this, and January Lavoie was the narrator for the audiobook, and I heard so many great things about her through Leslie at The Nerdy Narrative and Stephanie at Miss Richards Reads. I 100% agree with them. January Lavoie absolutely nailed this narration for me. She captured the feel of the 1920s perfectly, and she narrated with such passion and excitement. It made me excited to continue reading this book. There is very, very slight romance here. So on the spice level scale, honestly, I would say it's like steamy adjacent. It's not quite steamy. It's a little bit below steamy, I would say. There's a little bit of sexual tension, a little bit of talk, but not really much until we get to the end, and even that is not really steamy. I feel like it is leading into more steamier and higher spices as the series progresses and our main characters age and mature. But for book 1, spice level is like below the first level of spice. just in case anyone was wondering. So if you have read The Diviners by Libba Bray, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of this book? Did you love it as much as I did? As always, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.